In the heart of 17th century India, during the golden age of the Mughal Empire, where power was expressed not only through conquest, but through art, architecture, and legacy, a vision was born. The Mughal Emperor, Shah Jahan, a ruler known for his deep appreciation of beauty and symmetry, imagined a monument unlike anything the world had ever seen. This was not merely a structure of stone and marble. It was an idea and emotion, a promise to preserve love beyond the limits of time. A monument that would not only stand for centuries, but would speak to every generation that looked upon it. Scene 6 to 10 Design and planning. To transform this vision into reality, the emperor summoned the greatest minds of his era, architects from Persia, engineers from Central Asia, master craftsmen from across the Indian subcontinent. Together, they began shaping a dream. On scrolls of parchment, delicate lines were drawn with precision and care. Every proportion was calculated, every curve refined, every detail aligned to perfection. This was more than architecture. It was mathematics, philosophy, and art combined. The goal was clear: to create a structure so perfectly balanced that it would appear almost divine. Materials and transportation. But such a masterpiece demanded more than skill. It required the finest materials the world could offer. Brilliant white marble was brought from the quarries of Makrana and Rajasthan, jade from China, turquoise from Tibet, lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, and sapphires from Sri Lanka. Each material chosen not only for its beauty, but for its ability to endure time. Transporting these treasures was a monumental task. Across deserts and mountains, through rivers and rugged paths, thousands of workers and over 1,000 elephants carried these materials to Agra. Every journey was a challenge, yet every piece brought them closer to perfection. The chosen site lay beside the Yamuna River, a location of beauty, but also of risk. The soil was soft, unstable, incapable of supporting such a massive structure. But failure was not an option. Engineers devised an innovative solution. Deep wells were dug into the earth, filled with stone and timber to create a stable base. A hidden foundation, strong enough to carry the weight of eternity. Above this unseen strength, the first layers of the platform began to rise, marking the true beginning of construction, labor, and craftsmanship. What followed was a display of human dedication. On an extraordinary scale, more than 20,000 workers devoted years of their lives to this project. Stonecutters, masons, inlay artists, calligraphers, each one a master of their craft. Under the burning sun and through long nights, they carved, shaped, and polished every surface. No detail was too small, no effort too great. This was not just labor, it was a form of devotion, a shared purpose, to create something that would outlive them all. Artistic mastery and detail. As the structure rose, it began to take on a life of its own. The marble surfaces were transformed. Through the intricate art of pietra dura, precious stones were cut into delicate shapes, flowers, vines, and geometric patterns, and carefully inlaid into the marble. Each design was flawless, each piece placed with absolute precision. Verses from the Quran were inscribed with remarkable elegance. Even the calligraphy was engineered, increasing in size as it rose higher, so that from below, it appeared perfectly uniform. This was not just decoration. It was a fusion of art, science, and vision. Dome and minarets. Then came the greatest challenge of all, the construction of the Grand Dome. Rising high above the structure, it required perfect balance and flawless engineering. Massive scaffolding surrounded the site, as workers carefully assembled each layer. At last, the dome took shape. Majestic, symmetrical, and timeless. At each corner, four minarets were raised, but they were not built straight. They leaned ever so slightly outward, a subtle yet brilliant safeguard against earthquakes. Even in design, there was foresight, there was wisdom, completion, and legacy. Years turned into decades, and slowly, the vision became reality. The scaffolding was removed, revealing the monument in its full glory. The Taj Mahal stood complete, its white marble glowing under the sun, its reflection shimmering in the waters below. A structure that seemed almost unreal, as if it belonged not to this world, but to something greater. This was more than a monument. It was a triumph of human imagination, a masterpiece of engineering, and a symbol of love that would never fade. And perhaps that is why Even after centuries, the world continues to stand in awe of the Taj Mahal. As one steps inside the Taj Mahal, the bright world outside fades into a quiet, sacred silence. Towering marble arches rise gracefully, adorned with finely inscribed verses from the Quran, crafted with remarkable precision and elegance. Soft natural light gently filters into the interior, casting subtle shadows across the white marble walls. With every step forward, the atmosphere becomes calmer, deeper, almost timeless. And as the central chamber reveals itself, a profound sense of peace begins to take over, as if time itself has paused within these walls. Among the most extraordinary features inside is the delicate marble lattice screen, known as the yali, carved from a single piece of marble. It surrounds the cenotaph like a veil of stone, both protective and breathtakingly beautiful. As sunlight passes through its intricate patterns, it casts ever-changing shadows upon the floor. These patterns shift with the movement of light, creating a living, breathing work of art. The polished marble beneath reflects this light softly, transforming the chamber into a dreamlike space, where light and shadow exist in perfect harmony. The true magic of the Taj Mahal lies in its details. Through the art of pietra, dura, precious and semi-precious stones are inlaid into the marble with astonishing precision. Jade, turquoise, lapis lazuli, each stone carefully shaped into delicate floral designs. At a distance, they appear painted, but up close, their brilliance reveals the mastery of human hands. This is not mere decoration. It is centuries-old craftsmanship preserved in stone. Every pattern, every curve, tells a story of patience, skill, and artistic devotion. The calligraphy that adorns the walls is not only beautiful, it is intelligently designed. As the inscriptions rise higher, their size subtly increases, creating the illusion of perfect uniformity when viewed from below. Above it all, the Great Dome towers silently, but its beauty is not only visual, it is acoustic. Even the softest sound, a whisper, a single note, echoes gently across the chamber, filling the space with a haunting resonance. It is as if the monument itself responds to every sound. And in the final moments, as light softly falls upon the cenotaph, the space transforms into something beyond architecture. This is not merely a tomb. It is a silent story carved in marble, a place where light, symmetry, and stillness come together to create an unforgettable experience. Within these walls, there is a feeling that cannot be fully described, only felt. And perhaps that is why every person who steps inside the Taj Mahal leaves with something more than memory. They leave with emotion,